Apple, the one responsible for iPhones, MacBooks, and iTunes, has taken the first step in planting its feet firmly in the ground of streaming with Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus is an in-house streaming service that doesn't feature reruns or last-year movies, but instead focuses on original programming. The company has invested billions in this setup, and thus one is bound to be curious as to what they might come up with. Quite a lot of shows have already been introduced, while others are certainly in development. I'm Mike with List 25, and if you're unsure of what to watch on Apple TV Plus, you've landed in the right place, as we'll be listing 25 best things that you can catch on Apple TV Plus.
25.
Planet of the Apps. This reality series focuses on entrepreneurs who are trying to make their business a success based on an app. It's hosted by will.i.am and Gary Vaynerchuk, and will surely make for an exciting watch. You can learn more about people and their mechanism as you remain educated and entertained at the same time. Kind of like List 25. Edutainment.
24.
Dear. This documentary series showcases biographies of famous people, using letters of those whose lives were impacted by their work. It focuses on internationally recognized leaders, including the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Gloria Steinem, Spike Lee, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Yara Shahidi, Stevie Wonder, Ali Raisman, Misty Copeland, and Big Bird, among others. R.J. Cutler is the brain behind this series, which provides you with an opportunity to learn how one can change so many lives.
23.
Trying. This comedy series will keep you laughing throughout. It focuses on growing up and settling down. If you want something to keep you happy and relaxed after a long, hard day at work, this is something to watch out for. Andy Walton is the writer of this series, while a notable part of the cast is Imelda Staunton, popularly known as Dolores Umbridge in the Harry Potter movies.
22.
Defending Jacob. This is a thriller drama that's based on the best-selling novel of William Landay of the same name. It's said to be a limited series, but the exact number of episodes is unknown. Chris Evans will play the role of a father whose 14-year-old boy is accused of murder. Other cast members include Michelle Dockery, Jaden Martell, Cherry Jones, Pablo Schreiber, Betty Gabriel, and Sakina Jaffrey. This thriller will surely keep you hooked and on the edge of your seat.
21.
Truth Be Told. The story of this series revolves around a hit podcast, which leads to the reopening of a long-closed murder case. As a result, the life of the protagonist, Josie, is unraveled just as she was beginning to leave her troubled past behind. An adaptation of the novel Are You Sleeping by Kathleen Barber, this is quite a thrilling series, which will leave you biting your nails. Big names attached to the series include Octavia Spencer and Aaron Paul.
20.
Little America. This anthology series revolves around immigration in the U.S. and is based on true stories. Most of the stories featured have been printed in the Little America series by Epic Magazine. The story is not about the impact of immigrants worldwide, but will deal with their everyday life and struggles. The series will tell you how similar our lives are and how we've let minor differences tear us apart. Kumail Nanjiani with his wife Emily Gordon are co-writers and executive producer of the series, sharing the writing duties with Lee Eisenberg.
19.
Halle. Halle is the story of a Pakistani-American teenager who struggles to balance her familial, religious, and cultural obligations with her desires. The story takes an interesting turn when she stumbles upon a secret that may prove detrimental to her entire family. Written and directed by Minhal Bag, the series stars Geraldine Viswanathan, with Jada Pinkett Smith taking charge as executive producer.
18.
Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet. If you're a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you're going to love this one. Rob McElhenney and co-star Charlie Day have teamed up on a comedy series. Set in a video game development studio, the show is being produced by Ubisoft along with 3 Arts Entertainment. Thus, some incredible product placement is to be expected in this show. The series has been renewed for a second season even before the premiere of the first one, which only proves how confident the makers are of this project.
17.
Visible, out on television. LGBTQ movement has impacted television in quite a significant way. This documentary features interviews from various famous celebrities on this crucial part of history. This 5-part docuseries is produced by Wanda Sykes and Wilson Cruz. Janet Mock, Margaret Cho, Asia Kate Dillon, Neil Patrick Harris, and Lena Waithe handle the narration. Interviews of celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, Anderson Cooper, Billy Porter, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson form a part of the documentary.
16.
Amazing Stories. This is a reboot of an old TV series, which was based on an old science fiction literary magazine. The series comprises different fantastical stories. For instance, one story is of a World War II pilot who magically travels through time and space from past to present. It's highly worth mentioning that Steven Spielberg is a crucial part of this production, with a cast including Eddie Kitsis and Adam Horowitz.
15.
The Banker. This film revolves around a true story of two entrepreneurs set in the 1950s. Bernard Garrett and Joe Morris, two African-American dreamers, are the protagonists of the series, who recruit working-class white man Matt Steiner to act as the head of their business empire. They themselves worked as chauffeur and janitor to him. The star cast includes Samuel L. Jackson and Anthony Mackie. The movie ran into a bit of a controversy, but it's definitely worth the watch.
14.
Home Before Dark. If you love mysteries, this one's for you. Inspired by the life of Hilda Lysiak, a preteen journalist, this mystery drama will keep you intrigued throughout. It's about a young girl who moves to a lakeside town from Brooklyn and is entangled in a cold case that's been hidden by the community. Directed by John M. Chu, the cast of the show includes Brooklyn Prince, Jim Sturgis, Abby Miller, Kylie Rogers, Adrian Huff, Jabrail Nantambu, Derek Makabe, and Joel Carter.
13.
Home. Who doesn't like to look at fancy homes of wealthy people? Most people seem to get a kick out of it, and Apple TV Plus is going to make things easier. Comprising of 10 episodes, each an hour long, this is a docuseries that allows viewers to look inside some of the most innovative houses across the world. The people behind the show are veteran writers and producers Matt Turnauer and Corey Reeser. Several other veteran producers from Time Incorporated Productions are also involved in the project.
12.
Here We Are. Notes for Living on Planet Earth. This is an animated short film revolving around a 7-year-old. The child gets to know about the wonders of the planet on Earth Day, with his parents teaching him through a mysterious exhibit at the Museum of Everything. This is perfect for parents who want their kids to learn something while also taking care of their environment. The most noteworthy factor about the series is that it has one of the biggest Hollywood names, Meryl Streep, as the narrator. The star voice cast of the series includes Chris O'Dowd, Jacob Tremblay, and Ruth Negga.
11.
Beastie Boys Story. This is a documentary helmed by legendary Spike Jonze, along with the other surviving members of the band, Mike Diamond and Adam Horowitz. It features the history and legacy of, well, you guessed it, the Beastie Boys. If you're a fan, you definitely don't want to sleep on this show.
10.
For All Mankind. Think about it. What if the United States wasn't the first country to put a man on the moon? What if the race was won by the Soviet Union? What if the global space race was still going on? You can find the answers within this series, which focuses on the moon race that began in the 60s and continued for many decades. Created and written by Ronald D. Moore, the star cast includes famous names like Joel Kinnaman, Jodie Balfour, Michael Dorman, and Sarah Jones. The series has also been renewed for a second season, and you can expect to remain hooked for a while.
9.
Helpsters. If you want your kids to get the perfect combination of entertainment and education, then watch List 25. This series is just the one for you. Aimed at preschoolers, the purpose of this show is to have toddlers introduced to simple core concepts of coding. The basic concept of the series is that coding assists in foster collaboration and enhances critical thinking skills. It's one of those languages that should be learned by all children.
8.
Snoopy in Space. This animated series revolves around Charlie Brown's beagle, Snoopy, who's hell-bent on fulfilling his dream to become an astronaut. This limited series is one of the lighthearted ones, and aims, and succeeds, to take your mind off life's stresses. Kids today might not be aware of the Peanuts gang, but many of us grew up watching Charlie Brown, and this series will take you back to a time of simplicity and perhaps even reintroduce your favorite characters to the next generation.
7.
Ghost Rider. You must have heard about a television show that swept over the TV industry and became one of the most highly acclaimed series of its time, Ghost Rider. Apple TV Plus offers you a chance to revisit those times with its reboot of the show. The series is a reinvention, wherein 4 kids are forced together by a mysterious ghost in a neighborhood bookstore and have to team up for realizing fictional characters. The series is a reinvention, wherein 4 kids are forced together by a mysterious ghost in a neighborhood bookstore and have to team up to release fictional characters. Quite a lot of popular names are part of the series, including the likes of Isaac Arianes, Hannah Levinson, and Jay Santiago, among others.
6.
Oprah's Book Club. Oprah might not be the reigning queen of daytime television anymore, but one can't deny the influence she still has. Back in the day, the book club had the ability to turn novels into bestsellers in no time. And now it's back, this time on Apple TV, as its own independent series. If you're an avid reader, or just a fan of Oprah, this is the show for you.
5.
The Elephant Queen. In this movie, Mark Diebel and Victoria Stone embed themselves for around 4 years with the family of a giant elephant matriarch called Athena. It focuses on her trials and tribulations, as the watering hole of her family dries up. You get to witness the journey and the risks that Athena is forced to take for her family. It's the story of struggles and survival, and is narrated by Chiwetel Ejiofor. The show will undoubtedly touch your heart in all the right places.
4.
Servant. This is the story of a mourning Philadelphia couple after a terrible tragedy strikes, creating a rift in their marriage and opening their life to a mysterious force. The intriguing and emotional series is produced by Tony Bascaloup. The star cast includes Lauren Ambrose, Toby Kebbell, and Rupert Grint. The series is quite engaging and will keep you emotionally invested, to the point where you won't be able to relax until you've seen everything.
3.
Dickinson. A coming-of-age story set in the 19th century, Dickinson revolves around the life of Emily Dickinson. The comedy drama might be placed in the past, but the writing is such that modern audiences will find it quite relatable. The series stars Halle Seinfeld in the central role, while Jane Krakowski and Toby Huss play the role of her parents. It's written by Alina Smith, writer of The Affair and The Newsroom. If you want a lighthearted comedy drama, give Dickinson a try.
2.
See. Have you imagined what the world might be like without sight? If not, you can get a glimpse of it via See, which is a post-apocalyptic futuristic drama. In the series, a deadly virus wipes away most of the Earth's population, leaving behind a few million survivors who permanently lose their sight. The series is dated so many years later, and humans have been blind for such a long time that they begin to question whether or not a thing like sight even existed before.
1.
The Morning Show. This drama series revolves around a morning TV news show highlighting the power struggles that happen between the men and women working on it. It's said to be heavily inspired by the book Top of the Morning, Inside the Cutthroat World of Morning TV, written by Brian Stetler. The show stars a handful of awesome talent, notably Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Steve Carell. It's been developed by Hello Sunshine, the production company of Reese Witherspoon. The show has managed to acquire substantial popularity within a short span and has also been renewed for a second season. If you want to get a glimpse of what goes on behind the scenes of a TV morning show, the show is just what you've been looking for. So, what's your favorite Apple TV Plus show? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answers to us at List25 or to me personally at Michael B. Estrin. And if you like this video, check out the ones in this playlist here.